Hey, welcome. And I wanted to just do this little video talk to give you some encouragement. Because I know quite a lot of you have come from a place which is sometimes you might consider a little dark, a little bit hard. You know, you've had your let's call them difficulties in life, but now you're doing something about it. Now, what I want to do is just open your mind a little bit to possibilities, because sometimes, I don't know about you, but we feel trapped. Even when we're doing this personal development stuff, we do feel trapped. I know, as much as I know about this stuff, you think life, or other people think, well, if you know all this stuff, nothing happens to you. Well, it blooming well does. It does. So this is me just trying to open up your mind, because you see, I'll tell you a little personal story of mine, so let's keep it between us, if you could. So a long time ago, there was a fair bit of turmoil in my life, and at that time I felt not just trapped, because trapped isn't quite the right word, but it was just like lost, being suffocated, not knowing what to do, and the feelings inside were terrible. And if someone had said to me then, what possibilities are open to you now, well, you can guess what the answer would be. There's very few possibilities. The only possibility I actually foresaw at one time was, what's the point? What's the point of carrying on? And that, to me, when you think about it, is not the best possibility in the world. So what happened, I was thinking about this the other day. So where did the possibilities come from? And it was actually from that turmoil. So if you are feeling a little bit confused, a little bit waiting for that next step, this is me encouraging you to keep at it. Because you see, this is what happened to me. In that dark old place, I wasn't doing anything. And I thought about what actually happened. How did I get from there all the way to here? And I thought back, well, at the time, I certainly didn't want to be a trainer, by the way. I never wanted to be a trainer of NLP. But it was told to be in no uncertain terms by Joseph, Luke, and Daniel, please leave the house. Please go away somewhere. Go away and find some space. Because I wasn't doing anybody any good with the way I was feeling, my behaviours and things like that. I needed something. And the more I stayed there, it was just going to be a stew. So they suggested I disappear somewhere in a nice way, in a supportive way. It was a supportive way. And one of the opportunities came, it was to actually go to an NLP training in Santa Cruz. So it's miles across the other side of the world, all by myself, and Paul doesn't travel very well. And to do this thing that I didn't want to do. And it was 21 and a half days work out of 23. So it was pretty full on, doing stuff that I wasn't sure about. And when I got there, I got a temperature, so I was suffering all through those 3 weeks. And there was, I think, 70 plus people on my course, and 70 of them all were trainers anyway. They'd come to re-experience Robert Dilts, this NLP trainer. So I was in a really small minority of not knowing what to do. So anxiety, fear. But anyway, what happened? I obviously became a trainer. But what happened? I met 4 wonderful girls that have led us to go to Israel and teach timeline therapy every 2 years. Joseph and I go every 2 years to teach timeline therapy, and the last one was nearly 100 people. Now that's magic, and getting to just touch those peoples with our words and the wonderful techniques of timeline therapy. But that wasn't all. I met some friends out there. I met some wonderful friends. They were very supportive to me, and they're still friends. So that was one opportunity that I didn't think was going to happen. Obviously, by being a trainer and then working with Joseph so much more closely then, because we had a common interest, a common goal, things have developed in my life in the way that I support him on his Be Your Potential weekend. That's a magic thing to do, a magic thing, and I love it. What else happened? Well, I decided one of the things I wanted to do was write a book about this period of my life, or that period of my life. But when it came down to it, I'm not a writer. So again, that's not an opportunity, is it, Paul? But then I thought to ask myself a question, well, how can I do this if I don't write? And I do write, obviously you write with pen and ink and biro, and I write words, but not in a book form. So what I did was I bought myself a recording studio, a little 8-track recording studio, and I went away into different rooms, bought a wonderful mic, and I just recorded my thoughts in a narrative, and then got someone to type it up, and it's become a book. I had to edit it. I was then challenged by a lady author who was working with me as a client, who said, well, great, Paul, because you've written a book like in your best friend was having this trouble. So if you really want to, and you want to be brave, go and do it in the truth, because you said it's so clearly written that it's you're talking about. So do that, be brave. Every author has to be brave. So I did that, and that got me to go through the whole lot again. And some of that actually was some of the processes that we now use in Be Your Potential. So there's another opportunity. So I wasn't just supporting, but I was actually giving to that weekend as well. So I was contributing. So what else has happened? I've met so many different people. I've moved. Things have changed. Like I'm now doing some podcasts. I've still got Cambridge Hypnotherapy, which my son Luke is running. So I have an interest there. I've set up another one in Bournemouth, where I live now. Another opportunity. All these things are happening. And now I'm looking to create more things online. All new opportunities. I'm sure there'll be other stuff. I've met some wonderful friends which I know I would never ever have met. I've read so much, I've listened to so much, which has given me real passion, but also real interest, new learnings, which is where my podcast comes from. So there's always opportunities, even in your darkest hour. So please, this is my little word of encouragement. And I know you're not in your darkest hour anymore. And I know you've got these wonderful tools that Joseph is providing you. But here's the thing. Sometimes we just need to stop and search for those opportunities before they pass us by. You see, one of the things I like to give a little how-to as well. So this is a little tip for you. If you're just wondering, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what next to do, because I'm still feeling, still got these negative emotions around me. And I know the more you look at yourself and you do this self-improvement, you do the mind mastery and personal development, you tend to find more things going on in your life, not less. So here's the thing you can do. I want you just to imagine going to sleep. And as you go to sleep, a miracle happens. And that miracle is all your problems disappear. Excuse me. They all just disappear. So when you wake up in the morning, who are you? Now, when you think about this, knowing that all your problems have disappeared, what would you want to do? What could you do? And write a list of them. Because you're in this frame of mind, you've just woken up, the sunlight is coming, you're about to shine. You know you have no limitations. Everything is abundance. So if you knew you couldn't fail then, what could you do? And jump into that bubble and just write. And just write. And then what you can do is just notice. Notice, again, get another piece of paper. Notice the things you enjoyed in the past. Because at the moment, or over the last few years, whatever, before that, what are the things that really creates enjoyment for you? These are the times you have to think of, because they're the things that come naturally to you. They're the things that you don't think about. They're the things when you're in the moment, you're in the moment. So you're going to have to reflect a little bit. You're going to have to ask your unconscious mind, what do I do that just makes me feel so safe, so good, so passionate. And then make a note of it. Now, I'm saying make a note of it. Why, Paul? Why are you making a note of this on paper? Because if you do it up here, that's where it stays, and it goes round and round and round and round, and it's very difficult to remember it the following day because you've got so many different bits. As soon as you get 2 or 3, you're going to get overwhelmed. So while we're in this wonderful state, then make some notes of the things you do, and as you think of them, go into that state. I think Joe or Melissa showed you, get into a good state, set an anchor. So as you think of these, maybe just go back into that memory and think, yeah, how did it feel? And make a note. Because what we're doing is a number of things. One is, consciously, cognitively, you're looking at things or you're re-remembering things that you want to do and you have done. So now you can use that to start thinking consciously, what else will provide this for me in my life? Little baby steps. The other thing it's doing is by reliving these things and thinking of them in the positive, because you're not thinking about the stuff you're not doing, thinking about the stuff you want to do, how good it will feel when you do it. You're telling your unconscious mind, this is the way I want to feel. Now this does 2 things. I'm sure Joseph has talked to you about this. One is we get out there with the law of attraction, and the multiverse universe will conspire with you when it really understands the frequency of what you enjoy. And the more you enjoy it and the more you keep doing that feeling, so you keep going back to that list, think, and really get that feeling. The multiverse universe will conspire with you and provide you with opportunities. The other thing is, on the biological level, George Joseph has said, the reticular activating system. You'll begin to focus on the stuff that you haven't seen before, but now you're thinking about it, and the stuff you're not thinking about now will disappear. It's like that new car you buy, you haven't seen it for ages, and then they're around every bloody where. But hey, so you're doing it on biological level, you're doing it on the law of attraction level. Then, as you do that and these opportunities come, you have to follow those 5 keys to success. Set your outcome. Remember that. Setting your outcome, go do stuff. Take action. Take action. That's the whole thing where the law of attraction falls down, because a lot of people just watch the film The Secret and things like that over and over again. They don't take action when the opportunity arises. Take those baby steps. Be aware of what's happening. Follow your intuition, but be aware of what's happening and have that flexibility to change what you're doing to keep that good feeling. And remember that acting from a psychology and physiology of success. So feel good. How would you feel? As if. Now some people say act as if you've got it, and that's brilliant. Do that, but also act as how would you act as if everyone else was supporting you? How would that make you feel? How would you act as if those new opportunities were coming your way? So wherever you are, if you're at the peak and the peak just gets bigger, by the way, you can use this as an opportunity. If you're not feeling and you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, you can use that as an opportunity. Just go back to those 2 exercises, the miracle and what do I enjoy? What have I enjoyed? And just get those feelings again. And just by doing that, just asking a question, what else? What else can make me feel this way? What other opportunities will come that I will notice? Finish with those words, this or something better. Do that and you'll have great fun. I know you will. And that, I believe, as you do that, will spur you through mind mastery. It will give you, you'll see new opportunities as you do it. So as you go through mind mastery, you'll grow and glow and shine. All those wonderful metaphors. But what will happen is you'll start with a good feeling and you'll let that feeling grow. So hopefully this is a bit of interest to you. It's my little play with a video, and yeah, just enjoy. But always think, wherever you are, there's an opportunity. All you have to do is ask the right questions, think and do, and take action. And I just wanted to give you that as a big encouragement, because I've noticed one or two things on the website where some people are getting just a little bit overwhelmed, and that's natural. But also think this is the time for opportunity. Okay, so enjoy. That's me, and it's, well, just enjoy. Thank you very much for listening and viewing. Bye bye now. It's Paul.